got a signal going, but wondering if you can check. And we've got a question about, like, you said when the audio menu came up that there'd be an option for it, but the only option we see is Mevo Auxiliary.
Oh, no, here it is.
Yeah, that should be it.
Line level stereo, mic level mono.
Do you know that line level stereo or mic level mono? Which would you want to be on?
You can go stereo. You should be able to go stereo. There's two lines on that cable.
It said green. It's now mic level monos.
It's not reading the mono. If it's not reading the mono,
It is reading the mono.
Right.
Seems like it's on now.
Yep.
Okay.
It didn't read the stereo.
Yeah, for you it should be the auxiliary, and then the USB one I would guess would probably be like digital, or I don't know how they labeled that one.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Are you by chance on the stream?
First batter for Blair, top of the first inning, will be the shortstop, Nolan Osterhaus.
There should be levels on the.
Yeah, it's like.
When you click that on, you should see the green bar. I don't know.
Check 1 2.
The green bar.
Check 1 2.
Side to side.
There's a green audio bar in the upper right hand corner.
Yeah, and is it going up and down when you talk?
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Okay. All right. Well, we'll try and get this rolling, and if we have problems, we'll let you know.
On the wireless, do you see, like on the wireless receiver, do you see the levels popping up and down when you talk too?
They were, yes.
Okay. And then on the Mevo app, I'll try to look real quick when I hang up with you.
Base hit. Brings up left fielder, Bo Nielsen.
I'm not the boss, but I think it's okay.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and call this, and anyone who's watching and has Justin Vossen's phone number, please text him, let him know if you hear this okay or not. We're in the top of the first here at Neely Field, the Class B A3 tournament. Eli Sirkovich starting for Mount Michael. Blair led off with a single. 1-1 the count right now, 0-0 your score, top one. Nate Osterhaus with the leadoff single for Blair. Getting the lead off first. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sirkovich over to Brendan McMahon, runner back safely.
Foul play on the right side. Bring all balls back to the main gate. 50 cents.
Pitch fouled off to the right side. Still 1 ball, 2 counts to the number 2 hitter, number 22, Bo Nielsen, the left fielder for Blair. Ball high, 2-2 the count. Ball high, gets back to the screen. Runner was stealing on the play, safe at second. Osterhaus credited with the stolen base. Puts a runner in scoring position, nobody out. Full count to Nielsen. long backstop here at Neely Field. If it gets behind the catcher, base runners can run for a while. And Eli with the strikeout as Nielsen swings and misses.
Brings up the catcher, Connor O'Neill.
One down, runner on second base for the catcher, Connor O'Neill. Welcome to everyone out there viewing on our MM Hardball YouTube channel. This is Sean McMahon alongside Justin Vossen, the Skeleton production crew, bringing you this opening game of the Class B A3 area tournament. Mount Michael is the number 2 seed, Blair the last seed. One ball, no strike, one out to Connor O'Neill. Nate Osterhaus with a leadoff single standing at second base. Ball fouled back to the screen, evens the count at 1-1. One ball, one strike, one out. Eli Sirkovich, the number 1 pitcher for Mount Michael, goes to second base, runner back safely. Temperature reading 87 degrees right now, but feels much hotter than that. It is humid, not much of a breeze here. Ball shot out to right field. Matt Janacek in pursuit, won't get there, and the ball is foul. Close play there. O'Neill came very close to a extra base hit that would have plated Osterhaus. Instead, it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Eli ahead with 1 out. Breaking ball by Sirkovich, and O'Neill strikes out. 2 straight strikeouts for Sirkovich after a leadoff hit.
Brings up Caden Fletcher with 2 outs.
So 2 on, 1 out for the center fielder, number 10, Caden Fletcher. Sirkovich working around a leadoff base hit here as he tries to get out of the inning unscathed. Ball in for a strike. Eli working on a full week's rest. Knight's last game was last Sunday. Eli pitched that previous Friday night. Ground ball out to second base. Max Vossen scoops it up, and that'll do it for Blair in the top of the first. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 left on base. Head to the bottom of the first, scoreless.
1 left. Good half inning. No score. Pitches to Sirkovich, 16 pitches.
Welcome back to Neely Field in West Point, Nebraska. We head to the bottom of the first. Mount Michael and Blair scoreless. Your starting lineup for the Knights, leading off playing center field, Matt Koch, the pitcher, batting 5th, the right fielder, Matt Janacek. Batting 6th, the shortstop, Nate Burish in the B. Starting on the hill tonight for Blair Post 154 is number 3, Tyler Anderson. If you're just joining us, thanks for tuning in to the YouTube channel, Hardball, for this first game of the postseason, the Class B Area 3 Legion Tournament, hosted by West Point at Neely Park. If you're just joining us, Eli Sirkovich starting for the Knights, gave up a leadoff hit. Proceeded to strike out the next 2 to Justin Vossen and his production crew for providing all the video camera work tonight. Big shout out to Pete Sobey and Sobey Vision for lending us some of the audio equipment. Leading off for Mount Michael, the center fielder, number 30, Matt Collins. First pitch swinging, fouled back.
Foul's not playing the right side.
No balls, 1 strike to the leadoff hitter, senior center fielder. Swinging on strike 2 there as well. So Collins in the hole 0-2. Matt fights off the 0-2 pitch, fouls it back. These two teams did play earlier in this Legion season. Mount Michael won that game 6-5. Sirkovich pitched in that game as well. Blair countered with ball caught on the fly for out number 1.
First out. Brings up second baseman Max Vossen.
So no, we don't have any graphics on this live stream, so I'll try and tell you score. Mount Michael and a 1-0 count to Max Vossen, the second baseman. On the pitch, but it was right there, fouled away. Evens the count at 1-1. A steamy, steamy Friday night here in West Point, Nebraska. Vossen swings through it, short fly ball, caught by the shortstop. 2 outs for Mount Michael. This brings Colin Christo to the plate.
Colin Christo.
Very interesting setup here at Neely Park. Grandstand covered with wood, wooden benches, and not much air circulating through here. See a lot of people using their programs as fans. We can be eager to see that sun go down, although I can tell you with this camera angle, that sun's going to come right down in front of our shot, make it a little trickier to watch, but we'll try and track all the action here as Christo takes strike 1. 2 down, nobody on, 1 ball, 1 strike to the senior left fielder. Colin grounds it out to second. Easy play, and the Knights go 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Head to the second inning, 0-0 between the Mount and Blair.
Pitches for Anderson, 10.
Welcome back to Neely Park as we head to the second inning, scoreless between Mount Michael and Blair. This is the last game of the day here at the Area 3 tournament In earlier action, Arlington beat Albion 8-0 in 5 innings. Also a run rule game between Waterloo Valley and Fort Calhoun. Waterloo Valley, the winner there. The winner of tonight's game will advance to play Waterloo Valley tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Loser plays at 2:30 against Fort Calhoun.
Leading off for Blair will be third baseman TJ Sweeney.
And we start the top of the second with the third baseman, number 63, TJ Sweeney. Don't see too many 63s out there. Eli works him with the breaking pitch there for strike one. Big shout out to the Vossen family watching down in Missouri, watching their grandson Max. If anyone else is out there watching, text your family member here and we'll be sure to say hello. 2 balls, 1 strike. Eli facing the third baseman, TJ Sweeney. Call on the outside corner there. Evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Scoreless, nobody on, top 2. Ball skied up to right field. Matt Janacek in pursuit, and he gloves it for out number 1.
Out to right field, the first out.
Matt Janacek has not played much right field this year, but some recent injuries to Eric Capps and Peter Gates out of town. Matt Janacek thrown out there, and he's looked pretty comfortable out there. Swung a hot bat, so Tom Swanson going with him in right field. Now a flare over the third baseman's head. That is a fair ball, and that is a 1-out single for Dylan Swanson. Second hit on the night for Blair.
Now batting second baseman Morgan Rump.
Brings up Morgan Rump, the second baseman. Eli 23 pitches in. We'll keep track of that on a hot night. Ball in the dirt, 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out, Dylan Swanson standing on first. Breaking ball in there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Eli looks over to first, runner back. Eli's working that outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A little bit and a check. Unfortunately, Charlie went down with an eye injury. Hit in the face by a pitch last weekend in a game against Roncalli. Charlie is here, cheering his teammates on. We wish him well. Ball fouled off to the right side, still 1 ball, 2 strikes. With 2 strikeouts in the first inning, trying to get Rump down on strikes here. Close call there. Evens the count at 2-2. Goes up high to strike out Rump.
Rump down on strikes for the second out.
Strikeout number 3 for Eli. That's out number 2 in this top of the second.
Right fielder.
Now batting the right fielder, Canton Lippincott. Eli's given up a hit in each inning here, was able to get out of the first with no damage, hoping to do the same here, facing Lippincott, the number 8 hitter for Blair. First ball, a little high. Shadows starting to grow long here. Handful of trees in center field, casting some darkness upon Matt Collins there in center. And that pitch is in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. Runner still standing on first. Blair has yet to test the arm of Ben Rempe. Stranded the leadoff hitter Nolan Osterhaus in the first inning at second base. Tough matchup here in this opening game of the area tournament. Blair, certainly a talented team. As that pitch is in for a strike, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Blair has always been competitive. Very close game in their one matchup earlier this spring. Getting a win tonight would be a huge advantage here right out of the gate. That ball just a hair outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Ground ball just foul down the third base line. Count remains 2-2. On that 2-1 pitch, Mount Michael crowd wanted the called third strike. As Sirkovich faces Lippincott, the number 8 hitter for Blair. 32 pitches and counting now for Sirkovich. Ball fouled off the right side. Lippincott hanging tough.
Back to the main gate. 50 cents.
Go eat.
2-2 count, 2 down. Ground ball short, and that is going to be a swinging single. Soft contact for Lippincott, but counts just. That ball was a little too far out for Rempe to field. Sirkovich got to it, but not in time. So 2 aboard for Tyler Anderson as he tries to help himself. Nice stop by Ben Rempe there. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, 2 on, top of the second. That ball fouled back to the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sirkovich trying to work out of a 2-out, 2 base runner jam here in the top of the second. That ball shot out to center field, and Matt Collins gloves it for out number 3. For Blair in the top of the second, no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. Head to the bottom of the second, still scoreless. Welcome back to Neely Park in West Point. We're through 1.5 innings, still scoreless between Blair Post 154 and the Elkhorn Training Camp Knights out of Mount Michael. Take this quick opportunity to thank Mike Alessandro. Mr. Alessandro has had a son go through Mount Michael, played baseball, another one on the way. Very grateful to Elkhorn Training Camp for all their support of Mount Michael baseball. Leading off the bottom of the second for the Knights, the pitcher, Eli Sirkovich. Eli takes first pitch. Eli with 38 pitches through 2 innings on a hot night. Let's see how long he can go. Tyler Anderson has been a little more economical, at least so far. 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the first. That ball low, evens the count at 1-1. Anderson at 13 pitches right now. I know the Knights would like to work some counts and make him work on this humid Friday night. Knights have not seen Anderson on the mound this year, at least not in the summer season. Blair has seen Sirkovich. That's a swinging ground ball there. Off the third base line, count remains 1-2. Eli throws the hands and lifts a single out to center field. First base hit for the Knights. So the leadoff hitter aboard for Mount Michael brings up the right fielder, Matt Janacek. Matt had a good weekend last week as the Knights rolled to the Springfield tournament title. Hopefully he can keep a hot bat here up in West Point. Ball low, 1-0. See if the Knights decide to test the arm of Connor O'Neill, Blair's catcher. Eli, one of the faster base runners on the mount. Here puts 2 aboard with nobody out.
Brings up Nate Burrish, shortstop.
Back-to-back singles for Mount Michael. So they've got something cooking here in the bottom of the second with Nate Burrish at the plate. And that one's outside. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 on, nobody out. Back-to-back singles for Sirkovich and Janacek. See the Janaceks here. We got Matt on first, Charlie in the dugout. Wonder if Will and Thomas are out there watching. You know, the grandparents tuned in as well. If you are, thanks for watching, and hopefully we can get some action here on the base paths as Burrish is up in the... An infield single for Burrish. We saw that on the Blair side in the last half inning. Works for Mount Michael as well, as the bases are loaded for first baseman Brennan McMahon.
Brings up the first baseman, Brennan McMahon.
Brennan will work the count as the lefty tries to get the first run on the board for the Knights. Ball in the dirt. Good stop by O'Neill. Huge backstop here, lots of grass. If it gets behind the catcher, it's an easy play for the runner at third. Brennan swinging, ball shot up there. And that's the infield fly rule caught by the shortstop.
There's one out. Now batting
One
third
down for the
baseman,
third baseman, Quinn McMahon. Anderson trying to work out of a jam here. One down, bases loaded. Sirkovich on third, Janacek at second, Nate Burish at first. See if Quinn can get a run in here. First pitch low. 1 ball, no strikes. Quinn shoots it out to right field, and that ball is caught. Throw comes home, and a great or pitch offline, rather, throw offline, and that allows Sirkovich to score. Ruled a sacrifice fly there.
The catcher.
Looked more like a throwing error on the play. Either way, Sirkovich in for the first run of the game. Runners advance to second and third on the throw. Ben Rempe, the catcher and number 9 hole hitter up, swings at the first pitch, fouls it back. 0-1 the count. Burish at second, Janacek at third. Sirkovich has scored as Mount Michael jumps out to the 1-0 lead. Rempe swinging, ball fouled off the left side. He's in the hole 0-2, 2 out, 2 on. Ground ball up the middle, gloved by the shortstop, and retires the runner.
For Mount Michael, 1 run, 3 hits, no errors.
So Rempe grounds out to short to end the bottom of the second, but the Knights do take a 1-0 lead. 1 run on 3 hits. There was 1 error and 2 left on base. And take the lead as we head to the third. Mount Michael 1, Blair 0.
Pitches for Anderson, 27. Leading off for Blair, third inning. Shortstop, Nolan Osterhaus.
Welcome back to Neely Park in West Point for tonight's Area 3 matchup between Mount Michael and Blair. The Knights take a 1-0 lead as we head to the top of the third. Blair back at the top of their lineup with the shortstop, Nolan Osterhaus. Osterhaus started the game with a single, was stranded at second base. As Eli starts him off with a strike, 0-1. Ground ball third base. Quinn McMahon short hop with the throw, and that is safe. I believe that will be ruled a base hit, as Osterhaus is now 2 for 2 on the night.
Brings up Nielsen, left fielder.
I want to give a shout out to Owen Wagner. We understand he's out there watching the action. Owen, thanks for tuning in. Got a good one going right now, 1-0. Mount Michael with the leadoff hitter on for Blair in the top of the third. Brings up the left fielder, Bo Nielsen. Struck out in the first. Blair has had runners in all 3 innings. Osterhaus with a leadoff single in the first and third. Swanson with a 1-out single in the second. Eli just surpassing the 41 pitch mark. We're going to have to keep an eye on that on a humid Friday night. Pitching's going to be hard to get deep into a game with heat like this. Showing bunt. Swings through for strike 1. Low. Grass does not look particularly high, but we've seen several plays on ground balls die in the green space right in front of home plate. That's how Osterhaus got on. Slow roller to third. McMahon gloved it, but unable to get the throw out in time. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Nielsen. He'll be swinging now, trying to advance Osterhaus. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, throw down to second, and he is out. Throw him out, strike him out, double play.
For the first out, throw to second base, double play. Brings up
Strikeout pitch by Sirkovich to Nielsen, and a nice throw from Rempe down to Burish at second base. Puts the tag on Osterhaus, and just like that, Blair goes from a runner on and nobody out to nobody on and 2 outs. Brings up the catcher, Connor O'Neill. Love seeing Rempe with the good throw there. Hopefully puts a little fear into Blair in terms of the base running the rest of the night. Ground ball through the hole. Single for O'Neill.
base hit. Brings up Fletcher, the center fielder.
2 hits in the inning for Blair. Puts a runner aboard with 2 down for the center fielder, Caden Fletcher. That sun has got to be challenging for the batters. Right in their face, good stop by Rempe. Ball 1, no strikes. You can see it on your screen there as it gets lower in the western sky. Makes it tough to see the video. It's got to make it tough to see the baseball too. Runner back safely. If you're just joining us, the Knights struck first in the bottom of the second, loaded the bases with nobody out. A sac fly and a throwing error allowed Eli Sirkovich to score the first run of the game. Mount Michael 1, Blair 0 in the top of the third. Ball high, 2-0 the count. 2 down, runner on first. The winner of this game will face Waterloo Valley tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. Waterloo Valley, a run rule winner over Fort Calhoun earlier today. Ball 3, and Rempe trying to pick the runner off first base, throws high down the right field line, and that will allow O'Neill to run down to second base. Runner in scoring position now for Blair, as Fletcher trying to get a base hit to even the score. He'll be taking here 3 balls, no strikes. And that is ball 4.
Fletcher draws a walk.
So after the double play, Blair puts their next two runners on base, a single by O'Neill, a walk by Fletcher, so 2 on for the third baseman, TJ Swaney. He flew out to right field in the second. Blair has stranded 3 runners through 2 innings. Another chance here. Foul ball. Eli works ahead of 1. Sirkovich at 50 pitches here in the third. O'Neill back safely at second base. 1 ball, 1 strike to the third baseman, Swaney. 0 for 1 on the night. Ground ball right side. Vossen bare hands it, gets the out. Good reflexes by the junior Max Vossen as the Knights escape the third. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. Head to the bottom of the third, 1-0 Knights.
Pitches thrown for Sirkovich, 53.
And the sun is setting on Neely Park, as anyone watching at home can see. As we head just past 8:15 here in West Point, Nebraska, 85 degrees and sunny. Shadows getting longer in this Area 3 opening matchup between Blair and Mount Michael. The Knights return to the top of the order with Matt Collins. Collins flew out to center field in his first at-bat. Blair starting pitcher Tyler Anderson definitely showing some skill here, 27 pitches.
Leading off Mount Michael, Matthew Collins, leading off.
Worked around a bases loaded, no out situation in the bottom of the second. Only gave up 1 run on a sac fly. See if the Knights can get something brewing here in the third with their senior leadoff hitter. And Collins hits one into the hole. Shortstop can't handle it. And he will be aboard on the error.
Base hit. Brings up Max Vossen.
And the official score here is going to call that a single. So we'll call that a base hit for Collins instead. Brings up the second baseman, Max Vossen. Max flew out just over shortstop in the top of the first, or bottom of the first, rather. Made a nice barehanded play to end the last half frame. Collins back safely. Bad hop on that play. Got on top of Max, but he was able to knock it down with the bare hand and record the out to strand 2 and prevent at least 1 run from scoring. Sirkovich has got the Knights through 3 innings, but he has thrown quite a few pitches so far. Runner going on the play. Collins is safe. Close play at second base, but Matt is in there. Puts a runner in scoring position for the Knights with nobody out. No balls, 1 strike. See if head coach Tom Swanson will have Max swinging here. That answer is yes. Swinging foul ball as Max is in the hole 0-2. 1-0 your score. Mount Michael on top of Blair. Bottom of the 3rd inning. A steamy evening here in West Point. That ball high and outside evens the count 1-1. I beg your pardon, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Vossen goes down on strikes for out number 1.
Vossen down on strikes, first out. Brings up Cristo, left fielder.
Colin Cristo comes to the plate, grounded out to second base in his first plate appearance. Colin with a chance to drive in a run with a base hit here. Good speed at second base in Matt Collins. That ball is shot up in the infield, and the second baseman makes the catch. So after the leadoff base hit, 2 outs, and it'll be up to Eli Sirkovich to try and drive in a run. Eli singled and scored in the bottom of the 2nd. See if he can help himself here, nursing the 1-0 lead. Eli ground ball to the shortstop, gloves it, and he gets the out. After a leadoff hit, Tyler Anderson and Blair escapes the bottom of the 3rd. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. Head to the 4th. Still 1-0 Knights.
Pitches for Anderson, 34.
Welcome back to Neely Field for this Class B Area 3 opener between Blair Post 154 and the Mount Michael Elkhorn Training Camp Knights. We're through 3 innings, Knights on top 1-0. Eli Sirkovich, 53 pitches through 3 innings. He'll face the number 6, 7, and 8 hitters, Swanson, Rump, and Lippincott.
Top of the 4th inning will be Swanson leading off top of the 4th.
The first baseman, Dylan Swanson, leading off this top of the fourth. Singled in the second, stranded at second base. Blair's gotten the leadoff runner aboard in 2 of the 3 innings. Let's see if Eli can retire Swanson here. First pitch inside, 1-0. That ball is shot out to left field. It is fair. Colin Christo collects it, but a leadoff double for Swanson.
A double by Swanson. Brings up Rump, second baseman.
First extra base hit of the night for either team. As Swanson is in scoring position with nobody down for the second baseman, Morgan Rump. Rump struck out in his first plate appearance. 0 for 1 on the night. Takes ball 1 a little high. We'll see if Blair tries to get Rump to put a bunt down here, get that runner over to third with nobody down right now. 1 ball, no strikes. Showing bunt, but ball is low. Rempe blocks it. 2 balls, no strikes. We've seen the ball die in the grass here, so if that bunt comes off the bat, Sirkovich, Rempe, and McMahon are going to have to be charging hard. That ball just a tad outside. 3 balls, no strikes. Sirkovich with the strike. 3 balls, 1 strike. Now, Dylan Swanson standing at second after a leadoff double. Ball was not hit hard, but down that left field line, Colin Christo could not get to it. That ball is in play. Rempe will field it and throw the runner out at first. Looked like it might have hit the runner, but no arguments there as Rump does his job moving the runner over to third.
Right fielder.
So 1 down and a runner on third for the right fielder, Canton Lippincott. Lippincott singled in his first plate appearance. Eli, first pitch in there for a strike. First time Blair has had a runner standing on third tonight. Eli has been able to work out of jams in all 3 innings. A little inside there, 1 ball, 1 strike. Blair has stranded 5 runners through 3 innings. Strikeout would be nice here. And that ball just off the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. And that ball is shot up there. Matt Janacek in pursuit, gets the catch, comes home with it. Runner stays at third. So Sirkovich once again 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning as he gets Lippincott to fly out to right. Shallow enough that Janacek was able to glove it and get it home in time to hold Swanson at third. So now it's up to the pitcher, Tyler Anderson, with a runner on third, 2 down. Top of the fourth, Knights on top 1-0. Eli's pitch count creeping up, sitting at 64 right now. First pitch, breaking ball out to right field, and Janicek is there to retire the side. In the top of the fourth for Blair, no runs on one hit, no errors, and one left on base. As the leadoff double is stranded at third, we head to the bottom of the fourth. Knights on top 1-0. Welcome back to West Point, Nebraska and Neely Park for the Class B Area 3 Legion Baseball Tournament. Mount Michael, the second seed, facing the number 7 seed, Blair. Another shout out to Owen Wagner, who's watching the YouTube live stream tonight. Rooting on a Mount Michael win, we hope. The Knights up 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the fourth. Matt Janicek leading off for the Knights. The right fielder 1 for 1 on the night. Shot a hard ground ball through the left side in the second inning. Matt takes first pitch low. In that bottom of the second, Sirkovich, Janicek, and Burish had back-to-back-to-back base hits. Nobody out. Blair was able to escape that inning, only giving up 1 run as Janicek takes ball 2 high. The other teams in the field here, West Point, Albion, Arlington, Waterloo Valley, and Fort Calhoun. The Knights with the number 2 seed have drawn a heck of a number 7 seed in Blair. And Tyler Anderson, who threw 37 pitches, has tested the Knights big time. The Knights with 4 hits in the game. And that sole run, the difference right now, Eli Sirkovich scoring on the sac fly. Tough call there on Janicek, breaking ball in there for strike 2. Mount Michael crowd did not like that one. And Janicek waves at strike 3.
Brings up Burish, shortstop.
So 1 down for the shortstop, Nate Burish. Nate with a infield single in his only plate appearance. Got it about 10 feet out from home plate and was able to beat the throw. Nate fouls it off to the right side. Down in the count, 0-1. Knights are up in the game 1-0, but if you look at the pitch counts, Anderson sitting at 40, Sirkovich at 65. So looking ahead to the last half of the game here, Anderson in a better position to stay in the game. Hopefully Eli can stick around and give the Knights their best chance to win. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out to Nate Burish. Nobody on. That ball in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike. That sun finally starting to set in the western sky. Make the video feed here much easier to watch. Our thanks once again to Justin Vossen for his production gear. Pete Sobey also helping out with video equipment as we bring you not only the live stream but also audio for anyone who can't join us here in West Point for the weekend. 3 balls, 1 strike to Burish, trying to get a board here with 1 out. And Nate takes ball 4.
Burish draws a walk.
So Burish aboard
Brennan McMahon.
for Brennan McMahon. Brennan shot the ball up infield, fly out to shortstop in the second. He's 0 for 1 on the night. First pitch swinging, foul ball off the left side.
Bring all balls back to the main gates. Thank you. 50 cents.
Mount Michael is 31-15 on the year. Have won 5 in a row, including the Springfield tournament title last weekend. Trying to keep that streak alive against a tough and salty 7 seed in Blair. As McMahon shoots it out to center field, and that's going to drop in there. But the throw will force Burish out at second base.
Burish shot at second.
It's almost like a fielder's choice there, as the ball was in no man's land. Burish had to stick between the base paths so that he wouldn't get picked off first in a double play scenario. So Burish is a race. McMahon standing at first brings up the third baseman, Quinn McMahon. Fouled out to right field in the second. Allowed the sole run of the game to score. 2 down. First pitch outside. Throw down to first. Brennan McMahon safe. Quinn McMahon shoots it out to center field, and that one will be caught.
Center field, side.
McMahon lines out to center field, and that will end the 4th. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. Head to the 5th. The Mount clinging to a 1-0 lead.
Pitches for Anderson, 48. Now for Blair, 5th inning. Shortstop, Nolan Osterhaus.
Top of the 5th at Neely Park. Mount Michael clinging to a 1-0 lead as Nolan Osterhaus leads off for Blair. 2 for 2 on the night with 2 base hits. First pitch ball Blair has got the leadoff hitter aboard in 3 of the 4 innings, as Osterhaus is looking for his 3rd hit of the game. Ahead in the count, 2 balls, no strikes. Osterhaus was cut down trying to steal in the top of the 3rd. Part of a double play, strike him out, throw him out. Swings at that ball. Collins in pursuit, and that's another single for Osterhaus. 3 for 3 on the night, and the Blair seniors once again have their leadoff hitter aboard.
Base hit on the play brings up Bo Nielsen with nobody out.
Bo Nielsen now at the plate with nobody down. He's 0 for 2 on the night with 2 strikeouts. And Osterhaus has been a pain for Mount Michael, as the Mount Michael defense has been under stress all night. Blair has stranded 6 runners on the night, as Eli has managed to keep them at bay. Sirkovich, the top pitcher for the Knights, just threw his 70th pitch. Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike to Nielsen. Nielsen trying to bunt. Fouls off strike 2. So he'll be swinging again. This has been the scenario the previous 2 times. Eli's been able to get 2 strikeouts. Strikeout would be nice here. And that's exactly what the Knights get, as Nielsen swings through strike 3 for the first out.
Nielsen down on strikes for the first out. Brings up Connor O'Neill, the catcher, with 1 out.
5th strikeout on the night for Sirkovich. Brings up the catcher Connor O'Neill. He singled in his last at bat. 1 for 2 on the night, struck out in the first. And he laces one over Quinn McMahon at 3rd, and that will advance Osterhaus to 2nd. A 1-out rip by O'Neill.
For O'Neill, brings up Fletcher, a center fielder.
Quinn McMahon leaped for that ball. Glove actually came off the hand, but a solid single puts 2 aboard with 1 out to the number 4 hitter, Caden Fletcher. Fletcher 0 for 1 on the night, grounded out in the first, walked in the 3rd. Takes first pitch for a strike. The Knights have been playing with fire here, as Blair has had traffic on the base paths every single inning. And drag bunt down the first base line, gloved by McMahon. He gets the out, but it advances the runners.
Fletcher is out on the tag for the 2nd out.
Nice play by Brendan McMahon to tag out Fletcher. Osterhaus now on 3rd, O'Neill at 2nd, as Swaney, the 3rd baseman, comes to the plate with a chance to drive in 2. Swaney 0 for 2 on the night. Flew out to right in the 2nd, grounded out to 2nd in the 3rd. Eli Sirkovich, 75 pitches, trying to escape another frame without giving up that tying or go-ahead run. Close pitch there, called the ball. Mount Michael fans thought that looked like strike 1. That ball inside for ball 2. Tight strike zone tonight. Two balls, no strike, 2 on, 2 out, 1-0 the score. Big situation here for Sirkovich and the Knights. That ball fouled back, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Bring all balls back to the main gate. 50 cents. Thank you.
Sun is down, but still sweltering here. 82 degrees the temp, but feels much hotter than that. Breaking ball in there for a strike. So Eli 1 pitch away from escaping yet another inning with traffic on the base paths. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on. And that one low and outside. Full count with 2 outs. Big pitch here. And Tom Swanson will head out to the mound for a conversation with his senior pitcher. Just joining us, Knights on top 1-0, loaded the bases in the bottom of the second with nobody out. We're able to get a run in on a sac fly, and that is going to do it for Eli Sirkovich. At 80 pitches, he'll come out of the game. And the new pitcher will be Max Vossen. So some defensive switches here. Sirkovich will man his normal position at third base. Quinn McMahon will head over from third to second. Vossen coming in from second to pitch. Setting the scene here once again, we are in the top of the 5th. 1-0 the score, Mount Michael on top, and the starter Eli Sirkovich heads to third base, replaced by Max Vossen. Got to believe that is a strategic move to keep Sirkovich alive to pitch later in the tournament, but a tough scenario for Vossen as he comes in with a full count and 2 outs, runners on second and third. See if Max can make a big pitch here and get out of the inning. And that ball is shot up to first base. Brendan McMahon calls for it and hand it to Max Vossen. On a full count, 2 runners on, 2 out, he makes the pitch to get the Knights out of the inning.
No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left.
And the Blair seniors strand 2 again.
Blair, nothing.
So we head to the bottom of the 5th at Neely Park in West Point. This Class B Area 3 tournament opener looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Only 1 run scored in the game, a pitcher's duel between Eli Sirkovich and Tyler Anderson. Anderson still in the ball game for Blair. And the Knights will bring Rempe, Collins, and Vossen to the plate. Story in the game so far, Blair's inability to drive in runs. They've left runners on in every single frame. 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and 2 in the fifth. We'll see if the Knights can keep Blair at bay and hold on to that lead. Hopefully, maybe even extend it a bit here with Rempe, the number 9 hitter, leading off in this bottom of the 5th. The Knights looking for their 32nd win of the year, trying to advance in the winner's bracket of this Area 3 tournament.
Rempe the batter, leading off 5th inning.
Anderson sitting at just under 50 pitches, if you're tracking that. Looks like he'll have more than enough in the tank to go the distance if Blair chooses to do that. See if Rempe can get aboard here to lead off the inning. Takes strike 1. Ben Rempe has caught almost every single game for the Knights this summer season. Cole Wilbur was a backstop as well as Rempe takes strike 2. Wilbur actually injured in the previous game against Blair, was hit at home plate in a collision, received a concussion, and that was his last game of his senior season as Rempe goes down on strikes. One out for the center fielder, Matt Collins. Collins 1 for 2 on the night, singled in his last plate appearance. Looked like a error on the shortstop, but ruled a hit here. Flew out to center field in the first. Strike there, right back to the pitcher, and Anderson with 2 quick outs.
Second out, brings up Max Boston with 2 outs.
I know Tom Swanson does not want to see a quick half inning here after a long first half of the 5th. But Rempe and Collins down quickly, and Max Vossen will try and get aboard with 2 outs.
Fouls now playing the right side.
Max Vossen now in the game pitching as Sirkovich exits with 80 pitches on his card. Kind of a janky delivery there from Anderson, paused in the middle of his windup. Comes in for a ball, so the count even at 1-1. That ball up in the air and is out of play. Vossen 0 for 2 on the night. Flew out to shortstop, struck out in the 3rd. See if Max can get aboard with 2 outs and start a rally. Hard ground ball to shortstop, fielded, and the throw is in time. 3 up, 3 down for the Knights in the bottom of the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. After 5 complete, Mount Michael 1, Blair 0.
5 innings complete. Score means Mount Michael 1, Blair nothing. Pitches for Anderson, 56.
Welcome back to Neely Park as we head to the 6th inning in a tight one, 1-0. Mount Michael on top of Blair. If you're just joining us, results from today: West Point, the number 1 seed, received a bye. Arlington, the 4 seed, beat the 5 seed Albion 8-0. The number 3 seed Waterloo Valley 10, number 6 seed Fort Calhoun 0. The winner of that game, Waterloo Valley, will face the winner of tonight's game between Blair and Elkhorn Training Camp. Loser will play tomorrow afternoon in the heat against Fort Calhoun. 2:30 start for that one, 5 o'clock for the winner's bracket game. Max Vossen on in relief of Eli Sirkovich. Certainly a different look than Eli. Eli, power pitcher in the 80s. Max, a little slower, relies a lot on a changeup. Made a huge pitch to end the 5th.
6th inning. Dylan Swanson leading off.
Dylan Swanson, the first baseman, leading off for Blair in the top of the 6th. Swanson 2 for 2 on the night, singled in the 2nd, doubled in the 4th. Stranded at 3rd in that 4th inning as Vossen starts off with the ball. 2nd pitch swinging over down the 3rd base line. Everyone in pursuit, and Christo makes the jumping catch. That one looked like trouble off the bat, but had enough air under it that Christo was able to get underneath it. And for only the 2nd time tonight, the Knights record the leadoff out. First pitch swinging there. Burish in short has the ball. Throw is in time. 2 quick outs for the Knights here in the 6th.
Rump's out at first on the ground out for the 2nd out.
Very economical here for Vossen. 3 pitches, 3 outs, dating back to the last half frame. So it's up to the right fielder, Canton Lippincott. Fouls off the first pitch. Lippincott 0 for 2 on the night, singled in the 2nd, flew out to right field in the 4th. Quick inning here would be great for the Knights. That ball fouled back to the screen. Vossen ahead 0-2. Lippincott, the number 8 hitter in the order. And that ball was about as close as you can get without being called a strike. We've seen that pitch right there called a strike earlier this game, but just a little bit off in the umpire's eye. This one swinging, and Collins makes the diving catch. Matt Collins with a great catch in center field as the Blair seniors go 1-2-3 for the first time tonight. No base runners, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Knights are 3 outs away from the opening win. Welcome back to Neely Park in West Point. You're watching Mount Michael Baseball on the Hardball YouTube channel as the Knights open the 2021 Legion postseason with a very tight game against the number 7 seed Blair. The Blair seniors looking nothing like the worst team in this field, as Tyler Anderson has been on point all night. 56 pitches through 5 innings. Knights with 6 hits on the evening were able to plate the only run of the game in the 2nd when they loaded the bases with nobody out. Quinn McMahon with a fly out to foul territory and right. The throw home was offline, allowed Eli Sirkovich to score the only run of the game. Meanwhile, Colin Christo leading off the sixth here. Colin 0 for 2 on the night, grounded out to second in the first, flew out to second in the third. Let's see if Colin can get aboard and give the Knights some insurance here as they head to the seventh. First pitch in for a strike. One ball, one strike to Christo. Colin thought about it, laid off. Ahead in the count, 2 balls, 1 strike. Once again, these two teams met earlier in the summer, played another tight game. Knights were able to walk away with the 6-5 victory. Looking for another close win tonight. Colin takes a swing to even up the count as he fouls it off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, nobody on. Knights will play at 2:30 or 5 o'clock tomorrow. 5 o'clock is the winner's bracket game. Waterloo Valley awaiting the winner of this game. That ball outside as Colin works a full count. Three balls, 2 strikes to the senior left fielder. He swings, gets good wood, and that one's going to be in there. I beg your pardon, just foul. That looked like it had extra bases written all over it. But Colin just fouled down that right field line. So the count remains full. Christo looking for his first hit of the night. And a leadoff runner for the Knights as they try to pad this very tight 1-0 lead. That one swung out the other way, left field, shortstop, and third baseman in, and that falls safe. And that is not how Christo thought to draw it up, but he gets a pop fly single that falls between the third baseman and the shortstop. We will take it.
Brings up Cirkovich.
So the leadoff runner aboard for Eli Cirkovich. Eli 1 for 2 on the night. Singled and scored in the second. Grounded out to shortstop in the third. Eli started the game. Went 80 pitches, kept Blair off the board. See if he can get something stirring here to get the Knights some insurance runs in the sixth. Looking to bunt, gets it down, third baseman, gloves it, and he will be safe on the play. Throw to third is high, and Christo could not get up and score. Got knocked down on the play. Swanson holds him, but Eli Cirkovich aboard on the throwing error from the third baseman. Goes to show you what can happen if you put the ball in play. Cirkovich with good speed. Third baseman had to hurry the throw. Ball could not be scooped by the first baseman. That allowed Eli to stay at first and Christo to advance to third. Throw was wild to third, but Christo not able to get up and score on the play. So 2 on, nobody out for Matt Janicek. Let's see if Eli will be stealing here. First pitch taken for a strike. Janicek 1 for 2 on the night. Singled in the second, struck out in the fourth. Big situation here. Ground ball to the right side or a fly ball should score another run. And Janicek hits it sharply down the third base line, but foul. Matt very close to an extra base hit there. Now down in the count 0-2. Need contact here from the junior right fielder. That ball outside. And Janny down in the count now 1-2. So far, Eli Sirkovich staying at first. Let's see if Coach Swanson puts on some sort of play here to try and get Eli in scoring position. Nothing doing there, and Sirkovich shoots it out of play. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out, 2 on. Knights nursing a 1-0 lead. And Matt can't catch up to the fastball as he's down on strikes for out number 1.
Down on strikes for the first out. Brings up Burish, shortstop.
Brings Nate Burish to the plate. Nate with the swinging single in the second, also singled in the fourth. He's 2 for 2 on the night. Mount Michael really needs to get this runner in from third base. Ground ball to the right side or a fly ball should do it. Christo with good speed at third. Sirkovich standing at first. First pitch outside for ball 1. That one right down the pike. Burish fouls it off. Setting the scene here once again. Colin Christo standing at third base. Eli Sirkovich standing at first. Christo led off the inning with a single. Sirkovich reaches on an error. Runners at the corners, 1 down for Burish, trying to get in the second run of the game here. Anderson up near 70 pitches now. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And that ought to get a run in. That ball is out in center field. The throw home not in time. Nice job by Nate Burish with the sac fly.
For out number 2, on the way the run scores. Sacrifice fly. Brings up McMahon, the first baseman, with 2 outs.
So 2 down for the first baseman, Brennan McMahon. Brennan 1 for 2 on the night. Flew out to the shortstop in the second. Had a bloop single in the fourth that was more of a fielder's choice. Knights now on top 2-0. Sirkovich still at first. See if Brennan can keep the inning going. Swinging on the first pitch. Strike, and Sirkovich steals second. Stolen base for Eli puts the runner in scoring position. Brennan swings through strike 2. He's in the hole. 0-2, 2 down. That ball a little low. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball outside, count even at 2s. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, and a 2-0 lead for Mount Michael here in the bottom of the 6th in this Area 3 tournament opener. Actually a full count now, I beg your pardon. See if Brennan can work a walk or a base hit here. And Brennan goes down on strikes, but not before the Knights add a run on 1 hit and 1 error. 1 left on base. Knights with a 2-0 cushion as they're 3 outs away from the tournament victory.
Going to the 7th inning, they lead 2-0. The winner of this game will play tomorrow at 5 o'clock versus Waterloo Valley. Loser will play at 2:30 versus Fort Calhoun.
Welcome back to Neely Park as we head to the 7th. Max Vossen on the hill has gone 1 1/3 on only 8 pitches as the Knights extend the lead to 2-0. They are 3 outs away. They'll face the 9-hole hitter and then the top of the order, Anderson, Osterhaus, and Nielsen. Tyler Anderson leading off has done a solid job, held the Knights to 7 hits on the night. Blair has had 8 hits, but they've left runners on in 5 of the 6 innings tonight as Vossen works ahead with a strike. 8 runners left on base by Blair this evening. And that ball in for a strike. The changeup gets Vossen ahead 0-2. That ball high. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs, nobody on. Top 7. And Vossen gets the leadoff strikeout.
Anderson down on strikes. First out. Brings up Osterhaus, shortstop.
So the Blair seniors return to the top of the order with Nate Osterhaus. The shortstop is 3 for 3 on the night. 3 singles. Vossen trying to record him out for the first time this evening. That ball shot out to second base. Looks like trouble, and it's in there. Was not hit hard, but gets over Quinn McMahon's head at second and just short of Janicek in right. And Osterhaus is 4 for 4 on the night. Hit number 9 on the night for Blair. The tying run is at the plate in Bo Nielsen. Nielsen 0 for 3 tonight with 3 strikeouts. Takes the first pitch looking. Osterhaus was caught stealing in the 3rd, so not so sure that Coach Bilsland will be sending him here down 2. This ball lined out to center field, and Matt Collins is there, and the Knights are 1 out away.
Brings up catcher Connor O'Neill at 2 outs.
So 2 down for the catcher, Connor O'Neill. O'Neill 2 for 3 on the night. Struck out in the 1st, then base hits in the 3rd and 5th innings. Ben Rempe out to give some encouragement to his junior classmate Max Vossen. Vossen trying to nail down the save here after relieving Eli Sirkovich. First pitch low and inside. Next pitch fouled off, evens the count at 1-1. 2 down, 2-0 the score, top of the 7th. Knights trying to nail down their 6th straight victory and get an opening win in this Area 3 tournament. That ball shot out to center field. Collins in pursuit. He won't get there. That ball rolls to the wall. Blair's going to score their first run of the night. And O'Neill delivers a 2-out RBI double.
Now batting Fletcher, got 2 outs.
So O'Neill now the tying run standing at second base for the center fielder, Caden Fletcher. Fletcher 1 for 3 on the night. Got to be careful there as Ben Rempe throws down to second. 1 ball, no strikes here. 2 down, now a 1-run lead. That insurance run in the bottom of the 6th looming large right now as Vossen trying to induce the game-ending out. That ball to third. Sirkovich has it, throw to first in time. And that's a winner for the Knights. Eli Sirkovich and Max Vossen combine on the 1-run win as Mount Michael takes this tournament opener 2-1 over Blair. Want to thank everyone for watching our live stream on YouTube Hardball this evening. The Knights will advance to face Waterloo Valley in the winner's bracket. Game time tomorrow, 5 o'clock, first pitch. For all of our Mount Michael fans, we'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening, folks.